though fishtail braids look really complicated and really hard, they're actually really, really easy. They're such a great summer style. If you go onto Pinterest and have a look at wedding hair inspiration, summer inspiration, they're everywhere. They're way more interesting to look at than a normal boring plait. And I am a testament to how easy they are because I just learned how to do them yesterday watching another tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to do the fishtail plait now, and fingers crossed it turns out as good as it did yesterday. Here's what you're going to need for your fishtail plait. It's a good idea to brush through your hair before you start plaiting or braiding it, because it just gets rid of all of the knots and then it's much easier to braid. As you can see, when I brush my hair, it gets really puffy and frizzy, so just bear with me. Right. So a trick that I've learned to make your braiding much easier is to tie your hair with some clear elastic. So you're going to cut this out at the end. I'm sure you're probably watching this thinking, I've never seen a fishtail braid with a tie at the top. This will not be in at the end, you cut it out. But it just helps you with the plait. So the first thing you want to do is split your hair into two pieces like this. Try and make that a bit more even, considering one's about a centimetre longer than the other. Once you've done that, take one piece like this from one side and pass it over to the other side, just like that, and then do exactly the same again. Just take a piece from this side, pass it over to the other side, and you've got to keep doing that. Piece from this side, the other side. It's really that simple. There's no like weird crazy plaiting going on here. And it's good this because it does look like the end result looks really complicated. So people looking at your hair will think, oh my god, how did you do that? When actually it's really easy. I'm probably making it look harder than it is because I haven't done very many of these, but in a while you'll start to see. And if you see at the top, you can start to see the plait forming. It's really small, but because my hair is really thick, it is quite tricky. It doesn't really matter as well if you, it doesn't matter about it being really neat, because the whole point of the fishtail, so it looks a bit messy, like it's quite boho. And even though you're probably watching this thinking, you're not actually very good, I did genuinely learn to do this yesterday. And if I can do this, then I think anyone can probably do this. So I'm not the best braider. You don't have to do this, by the way, I forgot to mention at the start. You don't have to do this on this side, like I've just picked to do it on this side. You can do it, well, if you could do it down the centre, then you'd probably be, if you can do it at the back, then you're probably really much better at this than I am. But you can do it on either side. Or you could get someone to help you do it down the back, because I definitely wouldn't be able to do it down the back myself. I think 2 would take me about a year. Because 1 is taking me a very long time. Okay, so this is what I mean. So here, it's like when you need to make sure that you hold that piece. There you go. It's coming along quite nicely, if I say so myself. Although I think because I've parted it unevenly, one side and this side is going to be a bit... Okay, I'm going to take a bigger piece now from this side just because I feel like the other side is coming along more so at the bottom. I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Funniest thing about this is my sister is really good at plaiting and braids, like amazingly good. And then there's me, who is not very good. She can do all of the braids, the ones that go like down the back of your head and everything. I cannot. Oh. I think we're gonna have to make this messy. Well, I wanted it to be messy anyway. I'm gonna pull bits out at the end because it's not what's the word? It's not as it's all right, but I think it will look better messier. So we'll do that. I feel like I was on a roll at the top, and now I'm on a water break during my run. Okay, the end is in sight, people. Oh. That bit. There we go. Also, if you're thinking right now, this looks really bad, not mine, I know mine does, but like your own one, I'm not saying it's going to, but I've now just forgotten which side I just did. It's fine. When you cut out the elastic, I promise you it looks way better, because even when I practiced this myself the other day, I was like, oh my God, this looks kind of weird. But when you cut out the elastic, you'll see what I mean when I cut it out myself, but it makes it look much better because it loosens the top. Okay, I think I'll only do a few more because I don't want to take up your entire day. But I do still want to make it look like it looks quite cute. Oh, see, now it's getting really hard because of that. Okay. I think I'm going to tie it here because if I try and do any more, it's going to unravel and then we're going to be back to square one. Nobody has time to watch me do that all over again. So, okay. So now I'm going to go in with my scissors and pray that I don't cut half of my hair off. Yeah, we're good. So this is the part where you can go through and just make it look a bit more messy. So I always like to pull out the front pieces of my hair anyway, just because it looks nicer. And then if you just tease it apart with your fingers like this. See here where I've got this massive chunk. That's not meant to be like that. That's because I took too big a piece. Okay, move this down a bit so we can open up these. Yeah, so if it's really tight, you know I was saying keep it tight all the way. If it's really tight, if you just move the elastic down, then you'll be able to pull it a bit more, like that. Okay. Makes your hair look way shorter than it is. Just realised that. Okie doke. And then the final thing that you want to do is just seal it all with some hairspray, obviously, like you would with everything. Ooh. I've also got this glossy hair fragrance. You don't need this at all, but I just want it, so I'm going to put some on. Ooh, that was quite loud. And then, yeah, so that is basically a fishtail braid that I learned to do yesterday. So I hope you're impressed. I'm impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. So if you wanna have a go at attempting a fishtail plait, just like mine, fingers crossed it's better than mine, I'm sure it will be. Make sure you take a photo of your brilliant braid and put it onto Instagram, hashtag it beautyadvisor so we can check it out. And we'll be uploading tutorials every day this week, so keep an eye out for them. And if you've got any questions, any comments, any video suggestions or ideas, please make sure you comment, because we will actually read them all and take them on board, and hopefully we'll make some more videos that you want to watch.